welcome to another episode of Orange Grove 55. So in this episode, I'm going to talk to you guys about how the Walt Disney Company does not have enough faith in the Disneyland Resort. And this is not a Chapek thing. This is not even a Bob Iger thing. This goes all the way back to Michael Eisner. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Okay, so what I mean by this is that Disney, they don't have any faith in Disneyland Resort as a tourist destination. At any kind of issue or obstacle or hurdle, Disney always falls back on just kind of, the low-hanging fruit of just marketing to Californians. So Michael Eisner decided, and rightfully so, in the mid to late 90s, that they were going to kind of create a resort district in Anaheim. Maybe not as big as Walt Disney World, but try to kind of mimic that success of that resort Disney destination. And he was right in doing that. He really was. But the minute DCA 1.0 had lackluster attendance, or there were any kind of obstacles or hurdles, Michael Eisner fell back on the California local again, right? So it was immediately met with the California twofer, free on your birthday, yada, 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 California discount. Now, I want to set the record straight. I love the fact that more people can experience Disneyland. I love Disneyland. So if you can't afford it and there's a discount available that gets you into the park, I love that. I absolutely love that. But here's the caveat to that, though, is that Disney as a company, when they do that, they're cementing, they're solidifying, they're reinforcing this kind of false narrative that Disneyland is only appealing to locals, because what they're doing is they're sort of artificially pumping the park with Californians. Okay. If I ran a Target store and I gave discounts, heavy discounts, to people 65 and over, well, my Target store is going to be packed full of people 65 and over. That doesn't mean, though, that my Target is only appealing to that demographic. It just means that I'm catering to that demographic. So I'm artificially getting more of that demographic. It's the same thing here with Disneyland. Disneyland is a global destination. It always has been. But when you artificially pump it with California twofer discount, California resident discount, annual pass monthly payment plan, yada, 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 you're going to get more Californians because that's what you're catering to. They're not giving out-of-state people the discounts. They're giving Californians the discounts. And then we wonder why there's so many locals at Disneyland Resort. Well, gee, I wonder why. Probably because every discount, every resident, every deal centers around being a local in California. So yeah, if you're going to give every deal to Californians, you can expect more Californians. Disneyland Resort is not any more attractive or appealing just to Californians. It's the Disney decisions, the Disney company decisions that have made it so where they're artificially pumping in more Californians with their policy. So we've seen this recently. Obviously they've got rid of the annual pass program. So they're probably feeling the pinch a little bit. There's not as many people going into the parks. So what's the first thing Disney does? They announce a California resident discount yet again, just like Michael Eisner. Instead of giving out-of-state, out-of-country, tourism, tourists, incentive to come here, they're going to fall back on the California market yet again. They have no faith in Disneyland being a tourist global destination. They just don't. And I do. Disneyland Resort has a lot to offer people from out of state. A lot of people don't realize that Disneyland Resort per park has more attractions than Walt Disney World. You'd never know that though, because Disney doesn't care. They don't care. If you're not in California, you're never going to see a commercial for Disneyland Resort. It's Walt Disney World, Walt Disney World, Walt Disney World. And the average person, the normie, looks at Disneyland and goes, why would I go there when Walt Disney World is so much bigger? Yeah, it's bigger. You're going to walk around mileage-wise a lot more, but you're going to get on less rides. But no one ever tells you that. Of course not. Disney has no faith in their product. Disneyland is a global resort. Start treating it like a global resort. Market to tourists. Give people out of state, out of country, those discounts. Encourage tourism to Disneyland Resort instead of just constantly falling back on the California resident deals. It's frustrating. And I hold Disneyland to a high standard. I do think that it's a great park. Even DCA, I think it's a great park. And I do think there is a market for it outside of California, and Disney just doesn't want to take that risk on it. I don't know why. I really don't know why. There are people from Japan, out of country, that if they knew how great our parks were, they would flock here and book a hotel room in a heartbeat. But they never really get that chance because Disney never really tries to reach out for them and get their dollars. It's always the California resident, the California resident, the California resident. And then people sit back as fans and go, well, everyone here is a California resident. It must be a locals park. It's not a locals park. But when you only cater to locals, that's what you're going to get. It's ridiculous. So I wish if someone from Disney is listening, please have a little faith in the Disneyland Resort. Try to throw some ads out there in New York or even Florida or the Midwest and try to get some of that tourism dollars here in Anaheim. I think you'll be surprised at how many people outside of California are interested in Disneyland Resort. Look, when the Disneyland Resort was not allowing outside of visitors because of the pandemic, there was a huge fervor online about that. Why? Excuse me. Why? Not because only Californians love Disneyland, right? People from out of country, out of state love Disneyland. And they were bummed out. They couldn't go. Market to out of state visitors, out of country visitors. And you'll see them flocking here. Give hotel discounts. And you'll see them flocking. What do you guys think, though? Am I totally off base here? And if I am, comment below. If I'm right, comment below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.